company building automated battery swap stations where
Oh.
robots will...
Sorry. Oh.
One of the problems people have with electric cars is charging time.
Wow.
Yes.
You should guys complain that you can't see the game, and then now that you see the game, and also, oh, can we see the video?
Modern fast chargers can get your car to 80% in about half an hour, maybe even a little quicker if you're lucky, but that's a long time compared to the 3 or 4 minutes that it takes to fill up with petrol or diesel. So when I first heard there was a car company building automated battery swap stations where robots will switch out your car...
This actually sounds giga smart. This sounds like it would be really, 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 really smart.
...battery in just a few minutes while you stay in the car. I assumed it'd be a weird prototype, some pie-in-the-sky technology from a university that would never become practical. But that is a battery swap station, right there, open to the public. So let's see if it works.
NIO has more than 2,100 stations operational in China, and the goal is to reach 2,300 by end of year. In Europe, we started around 2 years ago, and we have now 30 operational stations.
You can... I imagine from maybe like a service perspective, if you have a professional company taking care of the charging of the batteries, they could also do maintenance on them and make sure that the batteries are functioning. So you avoid a lot of like battery-related problems, probably, right? And they could probably do a more efficient job of charging them too, maybe, right? I mean that we have to spend less power charging them. I think it would make sense in different applications. I feel like this could be really smart for electrical cars, but.
In China, every day we have more than 40,000 battery swaps being performed, one every 2 seconds.
Whether there's less downtime, yeah, but it's just like I don't care about this from the downtime perspective. I think that's why consumers would care about this. But I just feel like I feel like there could be a lot of benefits from like a environmental perspective. Like I feel like these people could probably take care of the batteries better. And I imagine they could probably charge them better than random charging stations could probably too, right? That could actually be really good.
And we have had peaks during holiday season, more than 60,000 a day. We're not just piloting this, it's already proven at scale.
As ever, this is not an advert. They haven't paid me. I reached out to them. They have just let me borrow a car.
Please press the brake pedal. Nicely done. Now you can tap to start parking into the power swap station.
You drive the car in front of the station, and once you park in front of the station, the car takes over, and it's fully automatic.
We
That's
are parking
cool.
now. Be aware of your surroundings. Do not open any door or take over the steering wheel. You can press the brake panel to control the speed.
NIO users, if they want to access the power swap network, they need to choose battery as a service. So that means they don't own the battery. They lease the battery, and so they can get the access to the power swap station network. You can purchase the battery and the car, or you can purchase the car but choose access to the swapping network. You can also just subscribe to both the car and the battery.
The idea is that you're not renting or buying a specific battery, but you're just paying for there always being a fresh battery in your car. Charging is still a cheaper option, but there are plenty of people who'll pay a fee for convenience.
Preparing. Please wait.
We can serve the same amount of users comparable to a charging hub, but we need only 1/3 of the space, and we need 1/3 of the grid connection, because we can charge the batteries at their low speed. We provide frequency balancing services.
I think those charging hubs had solar. That would look good too. I haven't seen that for most of the charging hubs I've seen, but having a solar charging hub seems like a real smart idea. I think it would go well with the consumer cars because it would need a standardized battery and system to remove and replace the battery. If it's some crap, it would be great. Like imagine a truck pulls into a weighing station and swaps the battery. Yeah, sure. And that's a good idea too. I feel like all you would need is a standardized way to replace the battery, and then you could still use this technology in more cars, right? Technically, so you could have, this station supports all these models, and you can just drive in and it detects what model you have, and then swaps the battery out for you. But obviously, it would be ideal if it was just one type of battery that went to all electrical cars.
We charge the batteries at specific
40
points in
hours.
time where there is a need to get rid of all that power and balance the grid.
The thing is, I've driven electric cars on long trips before.
Oh yeah,
and charging.
that's another smart point, right? Like they can charge these batteries, for instance, during nighttime when a lot of the power that it's produced isn't going anywhere because there's not really much need for the power at that point. So those battery charging stations can charge those when the power grid is like at minimum capacity. That's also a really good point.
Wasn't really a big problem. It needs a little more planning than using fossil fuels, but turns out I want to rest at about the same interval that the car wants charging. Folks out there who can drive 8 hours in one go, good luck, but I am not one of you.
The best way to charge a vehicle is at home if you have a socket, right? With EV becoming more affordable, there are more people who want to access an electric vehicle and don't have the opportunity to have a socket close to where they park their car. Shanghai, a city with more than 20 million inhabitants, people live in big apartments, and so on-street charging it's much less than in Europe. People don't have access to home charging because it's a much more dense city. PowerSwap offers a great opportunity to just leave your home, drive to the station, swap your battery, and continue your.
I mean, this is like a great idea, though. The dude that came up with this is like a really good idea.
Trip.
And of course, there is the catch that this battery swap station only works for cars that are built for it. You can get a Neo battery swapped here, but there's no other car on the market that can use this. At least, not yet.
We have been signing strategic agreements with big groups like Chang'an and Geely Group. We have gained the confidence of also the other automakers. There's an opportunity to standardize this technology in China, but perhaps also in Europe. We're going to invest in battery as a service, and we're going to invest in the PowerSwap network. If you take the whole economics, we do believe that this is better than just selling a car.
Plenty of people, electric vehicle enthusiasts, stockbrokers, people who've bought Neo stock, have been running analyses on whether the company's financial model will work. Building these stations is incredibly expensive, and it's no secret that Neo is losing a staggering amount of money right now, but that's the way that colossal startup companies and finance work these days. They hope the initial outlay will be worth it in the end. That strategy has paid off for a lot of big corporations and not paid off for many more. I looked at a lot of those financial analyses while I was researching, and my conclusion is, I don't know, predicting anything about electric vehicles is almost impossible. It's an industry filled with both radical inventions and broken promises. I'm just astonished that something I thought was science fiction does appear to be an actual, real-world option right now, and that a robot just swapped out my car battery.
I think we could do this with people too. I don't think we'd need like an automated system for it either, right? Like, that might make it cheaper too, maybe. I don't know about that though. Cool video. Great video. Can't wait to see more of these for many more years. Alright, where are we at? We're watching a Twitter video next. We're almost at the bottom now. We're getting close. Okay, we're watching a Twitter video. It's 1 minute. Thought he had an easy target. Didn't realize dude rocking the sandals, jeans, ponytail, solo Bluetooth was born into a shitty internet debate, molded by it. When Mr. TikTok was out partying, he was studying Usenet archives and paying for something awful. Here. Alright. I think I've seen this video before.
Rights or economic stability? Why can't you have both? You need to pick one. I refuse the question. You can't refuse the question. Stability. Why can't LGBTQ rights or economic stability? Why can't you have both? You need to pick one. I refuse the question. You can't refuse the question. I do. But you can't. But I did. But you need to pick one. I just said you did. So what? Can you pick one? No, because they're both doable. No. Only one. I don't have to pick one because you can have both. But the answer is both.
That
is not
freaking
an answer.
dude.
It's not a valid answer. I reject the question. You can't reject it. I just did. Can you pick one? I don't have to. Why? because they're both completely doable. So LGBTQ rights or economic stability? Both. That's not an answer. Yes, it is. LGBTQ rights or economic stability? Both. Are you trying to troll me?
So I was
No,
like, I don't
I'm just
know.
wondering which one you like more. I like them both. You can't have both. Yes, you can. Not in this question. Too bad. Why are you trolling me right now? Because I don't have to choose. All right, what if I had to ask you gender inclusivity or economic stability? You can have both.
Both. Hell
Why do you make this so
yeah.
difficult? I'm trying to pass my final. Too bad. Which one do you pick? I pick them both. But that's not a valid answer. Too bad.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Well, dude, I don't care. This dude is a Chad. Look at this guy. Giga Chad. Republican Party hates this man. This dude is on the Republican Party like most wanted list. Oh, holy! This is a Chad. What the hell? Both. I was like, what? You can't pick that. Well, I just did. It's like, what? You can't. Dude, Mr. Mutant got destroyed. Crazy. Is there a return of 2 million karma just from discussions? I'm getting there, I guess. I'm at like 60k now or something. They're monitoring all sales for British airpieces, hoping to track him down for assassination. Look at this cheeky ass smile. Look at his cheeky ass smile, dude. Dude, I love that. Of the yes, that blonde bear meme guy with this guy's face. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Yep, that makes sense. LGBT rights or economic stability? Both. What? Oh my, this guy just blew my mind. I love the smile. This is a meme image in itself. It's like Giga Chad lefty versus like, I don't know, soy boy cuck righty. This is a t-shirt. My pronouns are find/Jesus. Damn, dude. His pronouns should be soy milk.
Hey, Sopranos fans.
Okay,
Welcome to
Roaching,
another-
how much money does Tony Soprano make? Do I need to watch The Sopranos to understand this, or is this gonna spoil Sopranos for me, Dualius?
episode here on Bully Whispers, and we are here today to try and figure out how much illegal money Tony Soprano makes. Now, this is an episode that has been requested many times in comment sections, and I thought it was a great idea, so I've kept it in the back of my head trying to figure out how to go about it.
Marathon series runs. Well, I've been meaning to watch it, I just haven't gotten around to it yet.
Obviously, due to the nature of Tony's business, he has to be very secretive about everything because he never knows who may be watching or what methods they may use.
Log off. That cookie shit makes me nervous.
Only 2 words came up. Asians and cream
Asians?
So, figuring out exactly what he makes would be impossible, and given how often he is taking envelopes and giving them out, I wouldn't be surprised if he didn't even know himself.
Asians?
Complicating matters even further, a good percentage of these envelopes, big or small, are one-time or temporary streams of income. Paulie can't be expected to rob a drug money mule every month, bust-outs come to an end, etc.
What's the end? The end? It's planned bankruptcy.
So, in this episode, we will attempt to determine how much illegal money consistently goes up the ladder to Tony by first establishing a quantifiable figure at the bottom level, and then following it up the chain, where we find out exactly how little the FBI actually knows about the New Jersey mob. This will cause us to take an interesting detour that I wasn't expecting, and have a discussion about the structure and composition of the New Jersey family, which I am very curious to hear your thoughts on. Now, before digging into how much the people on the lower levels kick up, there is one direct-to-Tony illegal endeavor that we may be able to quantify. As previously mentioned, Many of Tony's schemes are at best temporary, like the HUD scam, but some things, such as gambling, are continuous.
Gambling.
Obviously, the amount fluctuates since it's busier during football season, etc., and even still, we never really get to see any info on how much he makes consistently
They're
through
doing
most
good
of his gambling rackets,
Asian cream pie.
but there is one exception,
too.
the executive game. When looking at the executive game, there are a few things to keep in mind. First, the total amount.
At least $80 is his eaties after expenses.
Now, Paulie says at least 80 grand in a manner which may imply that that's more than usual. However, this is their first time running it, and given how secretive these guys can be about what they make, either exaggerating it to look good,
All I know is fucking Ralph. He's going around bragging about how much they're making.
or downplaying it to avoid paying out,
My guy went over the receipts for the waterproofing at the Esplanade. This fucking Ralph's more creative than Spielberg.
it's doubtful that they know what the normal amount is. Since none of the players commented about how crazy the action was in that
I don't know what
game
the
or
executive
anything
game
along
is.
those lines, I think that 80,000 is a safe total amount to go with. The second thing we need to look at is the frequency in which they hold the game. This isn't something they really address in the series. The way they talk about it doesn't make it sound like a weekly event, but it does make it sound more regular than just once or twice a year, so to play it safe, we'll say it's monthly. The last thing we need to look at in regards to the executive game is the split. How much of this 80 grand a month goes to Tony? Well, right off the bat, we know that 15%, which would be 12,000 of it, is going to Junior.
I don't know, 10%.
20.
Thank you, advertisements.
15.
We now have 68,000 to split up, and there are 4 people there. Tony, Sil, Paulie, and Christopher, who all seem like they're going to get a cut. Now, Tony is a pretty greedy person to begin with, and when you combine that with the facts that his father started the game, his uncle had it after that, and he's the boss, which means no one else would have any sort of claim on the game, it's a very safe assumption to say that Tony will be seeing the lion's share, and probably not by plurality. That being said, we are still figuring conservatively, so we will just assume that he takes exactly half, which would be 40, leaving 28 to be
Alright.
split between the other 3.
That's reasonable.
My guess is that Chris would get next to nothing, but that's a different conversation. When moving on to how much money gets kicked up the mob ladder, Christopher becomes very important due to one conversation with Paulie.
There's a 6G minimum every week.
Now, while Chris may have slightly more expected of him than the average guy, due to the fact that he's Tony's nephew, he is still a newly made man, so he's probably not expected to make as much as a soldier who's been around a lot longer. For that reason, I think 6,000 per soldier per week is a solid conservative estimate, although the real number would probably be a bit higher, and this is where we run into the incompetence of the FBI, but before digging into that, I would like to take a second to address the associates.
Our sponsor?
We won't be digging into how much money associates make and kick up for 2 reasons. First, they don't have any weekly minimums that they have to make. They just kick up money score by score, which would make it impossible to calculate, and second, the money they do kick up is accounted for in the money that the made guys kick up. For example, had things gone differently and Brendan Fallone, Sean Gismonte, and Matt Bevilacqua lived, they would be kicking up money to Christopher, so their money would be accounted for in Christopher's
Is this what this guy
envelope that he
does?
kicks
Does he
up
just
to
make
Paulie.
videos like this?
Now, there are some people like Jackie Jr. who would have been kicking up straight to a captain, in his case Richie or Ralphie, but we will get to that in a bit. Moving back to the kick-up ladder involving made men, we've established that 6,000 per soldier per week is at the conservative end of what is expected, so the question then becomes how many soldiers are there?
Okay.
After all, the show can't introduce us to all of them, or it would be way too watered down to be entertaining, so it's here that we have to look to the FBI for answers and realize exactly how little they know.
It just feels oddly specific, but I guess it's like an audience for this.
As we all know, the FBI was watching the mob, and every once in a while
I guess
we
the
would get
process
to
is
see
pretty
into
big,
their
so
meetings, and in some of those meetings we could see the DeMeo family tree in the background. So I decided to focus in on it to try and get an idea of how many soldiers, crews, etc. there were, and this is what I saw. First, if you look in the top right corner, you will notice that that pygmy thing in New Jersey seems to have some sort of pygmy crew of their own that isn't shown as being attached to the family in any way, but that's just an interesting side point. What we are looking for here is the quantity and structure of the people, and it doesn't require much of a look to see how little the FBI knows. First off, this is when Adriana was brought in, which was in Season 4, Yet the FBI still had Mikey Palmise listed as Junior's
find this
number 2,
boring.
even though he died in Season 1. That being said, this
I prefer really not to speak. If I speak, I am in big trouble. In big trouble. And I don't want to be in big trouble.
This may be intentional on the creators' part as a subtle example of how all their resources had been moved to anti-terrorism after 9/11, since, by contrast, the board from the previous season seems more fleshed out. Another thing we noticed from Season 3's board, which becomes important when looking at Season 4's, is that all of those lines of writing that look like names aren't. They have a different line for the person's real name, nickname, position, etc. So, what looks like a bunch of names on the board is actually only 23. 26 if you count the pygmy thing. And what's more, if you look at the bottom level, you see Benny Fazio, who wasn't even made until the end of
I do agree that this is probably more interesting if you watch The Sopranos for sure.
the next season. So even then, it looks like the bottom 6 people on the chart of 26 aren't even made yet, and 4 of them, Junior, Mikey, Tony, and Silvio, are all upper level, one of whom is dead. This leaves us with at most 16 made guys to fill out 5, maybe 6 crews if you count the pygmy thing. Even if you count the pygmy thing for the people and not as a crew,
I think the biggest
16 people.
I think the biggest was that I don't know what any of these terms is saying mean, so I don't know what the context is there. So I can't digest this in any thoughtful way. I just have to assume that what this guy's saying is true. I can't contest anything he says.
5 of which would have to be captains, leaving 11 soldiers left. This would mean that there were only about 2 soldiers per captain, and that doesn't make sense. You wouldn't need a capo for only 2 soldiers. Most sources state that capos would have between 10 and 20 soldiers under them, not counting associates, which would make sense if they structured themselves after
Italian
the legions,
sausage.
since the legions were largely organized in tens. Anyways, assuming the FBI was right about everything other than Mikey Palmise, that would be 11 guys kicking up a total of 66,000 a week to 5 capos, 6,600 of which would go up to Tony, not counting the money the capos
I can confirm this is mega interesting as a Soprano drawer, okay.
made on their own. Assuming the FBI is right about the number of crews but not the number of soldiers, then we are looking at between 50 and 100 guys, and it's probably much closer to 50. Using real life as a reference, Michael Franzese has said multiple times that at its height, the Colombo family had only a little over 100 members, and that's one of the 5 families. It's hard to imagine the Jersey mob coming close to matching those numbers, so, since we're figuring conservatively, we will go with 50 soldiers.
Sure.
That man is trying to kill you. I can see the future.
What the hell is this?
Those girls have no idea the power they can unlock.
What is this?
I will kill them first.
Get down!
What am I looking at? Madame Web?
Fin den er. Fine detaljer, sterkt budskap. Den hadde ikke gjort seg noe særlig foran en vegg med masse gjenskinn. Uten perfekt farge. Alt starter med dette her, vet du. Vakre vegger med perfekt finish.
This guy really likes giving us ads, huh?
With 50 soldiers, that would be 300,000 a week going up to 5 captains, with 30,000 going up to Tony, again, not counting what the capos made on their own. When it comes to the capos, it's safe to assume they also have weekly minimums, although they would probably be much higher. Now, this is not something we see addressed in the show, so it will require some speculation, but I think twice what the minimum is for a soldier would be a reasonable and conservative figure, which would be 12,000 for 5 capos, totaling another 60,000 a week going up to Tony. Of course, not all crews are created equal, and the April crew brings in the most due to construction.
$3 million a year from construction this family sees.
Of which Tony gets his cut.
You got 300 G's at the Esplanade Green Grass being chauffeured home.
However, it's important to note that this was after the Esplanade had started, so that number may be a bit higher than usual. That being said, there's always construction going on in North Jersey, so I'd say $250,000 a year is a good conservative estimate for what he can expect in the long run. So, not counting Scylla and assuming a 50-soldier family, Tony is looking at about $90,000 a week, which would be $4.68 million a year, and when construction is added in, he is making just under $5 million a year at $4.93 million. Assuming the FBI is accurate about the number of soldiers, he is looking at 66,600 a week, which would be funny due to the 666, and would add up to a little over 3.7 million a year, including construction. Now, when it comes to Hesh and Sill, it's going to be very difficult. The closest we get to hearing about Hesh is that 10% of Junior's money is directly related to his Shy business, but directly related to doesn't mean he gets it directly from Hesh. In fact, Hesh was never taxed until Junior did it, and Junior demanded $500,000 for back taxes, but settled for $250,000.
Okay, did we learn what we need to learn? Because I'm not eating.
What'd I tell you? Hold on to your cock when you negotiate.
I guess I can do another minute.
250. Junior took the 250 you gave him and whacked it up amongst the top 5 guys.
So that's where we'll start. Quick side note, that last part about the top 5 guys is why I've been assuming 5 crews and not counting that pygmy thing as a 6th. Anyways, the question then becomes, how many years back does that $250,000 tax cover? Since Hesh goes back to Johnny Boy, who was made in the mid-50s, and this would have been
Johnny
in the late
Boy.
90s, we will say 45 years to make a conservative yearly amount of just over $5,500, which does seem very low, but again, we are going conservative so that we can assume it's consistent. When it comes to Sill's weekly minimum, just like with the capos, it's never addressed directly, but it's safe to assume it's even higher. Since Sill is so highly respected, and we are figuring conservatively, we won't double the number like we did with the capos. Instead, we'll make it an even $20,000, which would add up to a little over $1 million a year from Sill alone.
Ooh.
So, not counting any of Tony's schemes or scores, looking only at what's kicked up the ladder conservatively, I think Tony would be looking at just under $6 million a year before expenses with a 50-soldier family, and about $4.75 million with only 11. This relatively small difference in totals threw me off at first, but when you take into account that only 1% of a soldier's already lower income makes it to Tony, the numbers make a bit more sense.
Right. Well, hey, I'll when I watch Sopranos, I'll be sure to have this in the back of my mind. And so we have the next video is the Starfield video with the guy with the medicine ball. So then there's a video from Linz about the day in the life of a Japanese game illustrator, which sounds pretty cool. Too bad I think that Starfield video is like an hour long. Alright, it's only 37 minutes. Okay, we can do that in like 2 streams. Alright, good food, everyone. Let's play some video games. That was a late react. That game is something I can draw on my face, if you know what I mean. Like an ASMR thing. You're gonna watch Starfield video before playing it? Yeah, probably. I'm gonna keep it a stack with you, Mr. Julius. I don't think I'm planning to play Starfield anytime soon. And I don't think I care about the game at all.
Won't take long. Yeah.
But it's not a Starfield video, it's just a Bethesda video, I guess. It's called like, this is why Bethesda sucks at everything or something. I think they're just using Starfield as a basis for their criticism. Well, she draws some nice chocobos. I would imagine. I mean, she's Japanese, that kind of comes to the territory, right? Yeah, I don't think we're playing Starfield anytime soon. I feel like there's like 600,000 really good games we could play, or we could play Starfield. What do you think this is? Oh, I need a 3-star. That's correct. I'm just sad you won't suffer through it like I did. I mean, here's the thing. We're gonna play it at some point, right? Like, I do want to play it, but I don't like ragging on something I have no experience with, right? It's just when will I find the time? After Starfield would be funny to watch, probably. I don't even think so. I think it would just be bad. Oh. The thing is, right, when we're done with this, which is going to be, you know, relatively soon compared to how long we've been playing it. When we're done with this, we're moving on to Dragon's Dogma and doing the Castlevania challenge Mortis gave us. And then we're going to be playing Baldur's Gate 2, we're going to be playing Yakuza 5. It's probably already going to be like deep into the year by the time we're done with that stuff. It'll be like watching Enda's horse betray him in RDR 2 times a billion. It gets old eventually. What the hell? You don't like watching my horse betray me? What the hell? What the heck?
That was my drink. You picked the wrong filler. Anyone else want to try taking my drink?
Sure.
Oh, you look thirsty. Yep. I ain't thirsty, but I could crack some sense into you, sure. Oh, you think you're real tough too, huh?
You can leave me the hell out of this.
Why did I not block that?
What the hell?
Well, funny because it's sporadic.
Ain't that an old face?
Is there food here? Ooh.
Yeah,
Lamar.
here you go.
Hello, sir.
The thing is, based on what I've seen from Starfield, I feel like I would get disappointed really early in the game.
That'll work. Howdy, big
Hey, good to have you.
Skyrim and Fallout 4 at least kind of had their moments, but I don't know if Starfield is gonna have like its moment. I don't know.
Place your bets.
We'll see though when I play it. I'll give any game a chance. Like I don't think I'll like it, but I'll give any game a chance.
Let's get started. Blackjack.
Okay.
Lose them all.
I did it. Hey, one hand. Perfect. Okay.
Let's go.
All right, let's leave.
I'm afraid I got matters to attend to. Come back soon.
That's all I was here for. I was just here to finish that. For 6 hours, I only experienced 2 cool moments.
I ain't laughing. Stand.
Here's the thing too. Playing Starfield after playing RDR 2, I feel like if I had played Starfield before, then it might have stood a chance. But I feel like after this, man, this is a hard threshold for open world games. And this game is it's almost 6 years old.
You all right, girl? Yep.
Is it contender friendly? Oh yeah, easily. This is a contender for like top 5 games I've ever played.
There we go.
Dragon's Dogma is going to be judged unfairly. I don't know. Dragon's Dogma kind of prioritizes different things, though, right? We'll mix it up a little. We'll wear this outfit. Honestly, I really like the interviews for Dragon's Dogma 2 from the dude. I mean, I think he sounds like a pompous ass, and I don't think what he's saying is valid. But I do agree. I do like that design philosophy that, you know, like fast travel just kind of implies that the traveling in your game is boring, but it shouldn't be. Having your game rely on fast travel kind of just you're kind of just admitting defeat at that point, right? Like RDR2 does not rely on fast travel. if anything, it like punishes you for fast traveling. It's like, hey, if you want to fast travel, sure, go for it, but you're gonna miss out on so much stuff. Like you're just not gonna have a good time.
Looky here, looky here. I guess you don't pay no mind that these is Murphy Hills.
I got his horse.
He got your horse. Easy. Now get down off of there, boy.
I was wanting to kill you all along, you son of a bitch.
What the hell?
We got Murphys and all kinds. Mama says shoot him dead. That's the rule.
I don't kill that guy.
Come on, y'all. Close in.
Holy crap, that guy's durable.
Damn it!
I'm gonna kill you good. You jasper. Murphy country. You go down, y'all.
Stupid Murphys. I never fast travel in Spider-Man travel too fun. Yeah, Spider-Man's another game where it's like... well, that's also a game where you benefit from traveling around, right? Because first of all, the traveling itself, the traverse itself is fun. But also, there's also random events and stuff happening in that. You can find stuff. Fast travel, just like IRL for immersion. If it's more than 58 meters, we're in the car. I think fast travel is fine, and I think it's good that games have the option, right? Like, if you really don't care about all the side stuff in RDR, it shouldn't force you to ride along the roads. But I do like the fact that riding along the roads gives you so much content. There's so much stuff happening, and you can always encounter something. You're like, oh, damn, there's a guy I spoke to earlier, and there's a there's a legendary animal, and oh shit, I need a bison, and you're like always cool stuff happening. I think that's really good. But I think I have different experience for games such as Dragon's Dogma, because Dragon's Dogma is a little bit less of a less open world, more RPG, right? Like from what I remember from Dragon's Dogma, it's not really open world at all. It's just a bunch of like corridors for the most part, right? Then there's some slightly more open areas, but it's also instanced. So Dragon's Dogma for me will live or die, and die on the RPG mechanics probably, which I remember not liking. So we'll see how that goes. Yeah, this game is a huge bar for open world games.
Hey, who's there?
Man coming in.
Good. You're alive.
I need to take a bath. I'm not doing a mission like this.
Hey there, girl.
God damn it, dude! What's the closest bath? Oh, it's here, of course. Or in Ansburg.
Yeah.
Does anyone? Is there a way to like wash face RDR2? You can go for a swim. That works very well. Also, if you don't bathe for a long time, if you're on camp, you'll be forced to wash. Oh. I can go for a swim apparently. Let's do that, I guess. I just visited brothels for my monthly cleansing. Oh god, I'm being pulled down. Oh god, I want to save that lady. I can't get up here. I might actually just drown. I think I'm just about to drown. I think I'm just going to drown. It didn't even wash my face. It didn't even do the thing it said it would.
Yep.
I was gonna say I know Rockstar is huge. And I know Rockstar has Rockstar money, but I don't feel like in most parts of this game, in terms of what it does great with, Chris's power is ready. Yeah, I know. I need to rest. I don't think most parts of this game that make it stand out from an open world perspective require Rockstar funding. I think they just require an attention to detail. Like, most of the systems in this game aren't that advanced. It's not like the way animals work in this game is super advanced or anything. It's like, it's very straightforward. There's probably a mask in here, huh? I'm wanted, dead or alive.
Oh no, I cannot have masks in this shop. Please remove it. That is much better. Now we can get to business.
I don't go to fanboy brothels, unfortunately. That's the gayest thing I've heard all day. Let's get down to business.
Greetings, amigo.
Greetings, amigo. I think that blood might have just been bugged or something.
Could I offer some assistance?
I think for
Yeah, okay.
I like your finest fanboy to wash my loins. Let's see if we got one.
Now just sit back
I don't think that's a
and
fanboy.
relax.
I think that is a total package. RDR2 definitely needs
You let me know if the water gets cold.
Rockstar money.
I don't feel... maybe work on somewhere else now?
Oh, I'm sorry.
And there's no doubt that there's quality in this game that you can't get without that amount of money. But I don't think the parts that make the open world good require, you know, Rockstar money.
Reckon that part's clean enough for now.
Two better hussy.
Uh-huh.
Don't forget to wash the rest of me.
Right here, then.
Enjoy the TB. It's
right, I think I'm good.
Is tuberculosis like super?
Good luck out there.
No, what's going on? Like, does it spread really easily? Infectious of COVID, but from memory it was pretty infectious. I mean, Arthur would know anyway, right? So... so it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter for me from Arthur's perspective. I'm just curious if Arthur is like unwittingly walking around just spreading tuberculosis to like hundreds of people.
Hey, eyes where you're walking. Hey, easy now.
You better take that mask off before I make you take it off.
Can I buy a newspaper? Thank you.
What you looking for? A paper?
That'd be nice.
Have a great morning there.
Hey, can I buy another paper from that guy? Bridge blown. Terrific explosion. Munition of the war unable to reach fort. Cornwall murdered. Yeah, I was there. Weekly roundup. New railway complete. We've seen that multiple times. I wonder if I'm supposed to do something about that. I look great in this full-page wanted poster ad. Dynamite stolen. We saw that. Remains of families found. In the Grizzlies east of Lake Isabella. Eating each other, possibly in order to survive. Each reports Ah. In the Grizzlies? East of Lake Isabella. Is that a place? Isabella. That's the Cairn Lake. Oh. East of this, they found something? What did I say exactly? Remains in a cave near an abandoned wagon train in the Grizzlies east of Lake Isabella. Cave abandoned wagon trail east of Lake Isabella by the Hermit Lady / O'Driscoll Farm. What? Good morning, USA! Got a feeling that it's gonna be a wonderful day.
Nice and easy. Faster. Whoa, easy. Hi there, mister.
Yo, Shosho. Oh! Oh, I heard that. I don't know where it is though, but I heard it.
Morning, Chris. Sweet Christ!
There's a kitty cat here somewhere. Yeah, bitch! Oh, it's a perfect cougar too. Hello, Mr. Man, not from not from Japan? Girl. What is that supposed to mean? What are you insinuating? What in the seven hells are you insinuating, sir? I'm saying that you are white. What the hell? And you're okay. You're just okay coming there and saying that to me in my Twitch chat. You are okay doing that.
Okay, girl.
It's like a better able to like draw or something. I'm okay, thanks, and you. Be glad I didn't also call you a weeb. I'm a lot of things, but I'm not a weeb. Elk. There we go. Okay. Let's murder this creature. Hello there, Mr. Elk. No!
Up in these hills, everything. I want him. Stop. Get back, quick.
I swear to God, if my face is muddy, I'm gonna lose my mind. Stop aiming!
Oh, shit! You gonna die?
Alright, let me go and grab this elk now. Opai Gusai Masu. Arigato to you, Gaijin-sama. Ah, I lost rep because I let it die. God damn it. What the fuck did you just say to me, you little crap? I said what I said, and I'm not afraid to admit that.
Hey, now we're coming for you.
Best. Shit. Squeal, little fella. Shit.
What the hell?
It's a hunting ground, boy.
Draw your gun, Arthur!
Oh, you running for real now?
Jesus. Oh my God, my face is bloody again. Oh, I can't catch a break. I can't. Oh, if I'll go into the mission with a bloody head. I want to go back in bait again. Oh, this is just like a wound. How long has this hole been here? What the hell? And I guess those people are trying to lead me into this earlier.
Come on, girl. Yeah.
Mr. Rabbit, give me your dreams. Bum, 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 bum.
Identify yourself. I'm coming in.
Roll out the red carpet.
I'm coming.
Morning.
Hello.
This stew is decidedly lacking on decent meat, Mr. Morgan.
Perfect cougar. Since we need one less of that, and then we have perfect elk.
This is a decent pelt. Good job, Mr. Morgan.
Oh, this cap is about to break up. Oh my god, my face is so dirty, dude. Dive into water. Okay, how do we dive? Is that the gun out thing? Into deep water?
I don't want to die. Now you fools want to die acting all disruptive like this. Now this is Dutch's gang. Dutch's. And we follow him.
Sure. Of course it is.
Sure.
But
what?
But open your goddamn eyes, you fool. Open your eyes. We'll die if we stay here.
You're the fool. A disloyal fool.
Hey, ain't no one being disloyal here, boy.
Good morning.
What was that all about?
And you're the worst of the lot. Goddamn turncoat.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Fucking Micah, dude.
Remember what I said up at the bridge. When the time comes.
Did that work? I think maybe it worked a little bit. I can't tell if his face is cleaner because he's so goddamn ill. What's that sound? I say, Luce. Is Michael said spaghetti about Arthur kicking out Strauss? No. Michael's just being a opportunist. Arthur has always been Dutch's second man. So now Micah sees an opportunity to become the second man by ousting Arthur. So he's putting everyone up against Arthur, basically.
You okay, friend?
Never better.
Dutch. You're breaking his heart. You know that.
Did he tell you to say this to me, friend?
No. But I know.
Dutch and that fool at his ear, they're gonna kill every last one of us. I see that now.
Another day. You okay?
What is happening to us?
Can I please shave before I do this? I guess my face is still giga dirty. Okay, though. Well, it's not that bad. Hello!
Josiah?
I was,
Leaving again?
yes, just leaving. I'll see you soon.
Perhaps.
What do you mean?
Well, if I was you, I'd disappear too. This is all pretty much over.
I'll be back.
No, you won't. Let's not pretend no more. Get out of here.
I'll miss you, Arthur. You've been a fine friend to me.
No, let's not get over sentimental. Well, the place is quiet. Get out of here. You go with my blessing.
Thank you, Arthur.
Found a friend looking for you.
Mr. Morgan. Sir.
How are you?
A little better.
I hope so.
How can I help you?
I am sorry to impose on you again, but I believe